Thousands of years ago, long before airplanes and cars existed, ancient kings and warriors looked at elephants with fear and wonder because they noticed something spooky about these giant creatures. In old history books, there were legends of elephants crossing dangerous snowy mountains to fight in wars, and people whispered stories that if you looked an elephant in the eye, it would know who you were forever. The Greeks and Romans believed that these animals were not just strong, but that they held secrets of the past locked inside their massive heads. And the amazing thing is that modern science has proven that those ancient legends were actually true. An elephant's memory is not just a myth, it is a superpower that helps them survive in the wild. To understand this, you have to look at the brain of an elephant, which is the largest of any land animal and weighs over 10 pounds. But the size isn't the most important part. Inside their brain is a special area called the hippocampus, which is the part responsible for saving memories and emotions, and in elephants this part is huge, even bigger and more developed than it is in humans. This means that an elephant is like a walking supercomputer that is constantly recording everything happening around it. This amazing memory isn't just so they can do tricks, it is a matter of life and death, because in the hot, dry lands of Africa, water is very hard to find. The leader of an elephant family is usually the oldest female, the grandmother, known as the matriarch, and she is the captain of the team because she holds a mental map in her head. She can remember the exact location of a tiny waterhole that she visited only once 30 years ago when she was just a baby. When a terrible drought hits and all the rivers dry up, the whole family follows her as she marches across the dusty plains, trusting her memory to save them from dying of thirst. If she forgets, the whole family could perish, so nature gave them this incredible brain to make sure they survive. But the most sensational and emotional part of their memory is how they remember feelings and friends. There are true, heartwarming stories of elephants who were best friends at a circus, but were separated and sent to different places. 20 years later, when they were brought to the same sanctuary, they didn't just ignore each other. The moment they saw each other, they ran together, trumpeting loudly and wrapping their trunks around each other in a giant hug, proving that they remember their old friend even after decades apart. On the flip side, this memory can be scary, because elephants also remember their enemies. If a person hurts an elephant, the animal can remember that person's voice and smell for the rest of its life. And sometimes elephants will even attack cars or villages that remind them of bad things that happened years ago. Perhaps the most shocking proof of their memory is how they handle death. When an elephant walks past the bones of another elephant that died long ago, they stop walking and go completely silent. They will gently touch the white bones and skulls with their trunks, moving slowly and carefully, almost as if they are remembering who that friend was and mourning them, which is something very few animals do. So, the next time you see an elephant, know that you are looking at one of the smartest beings on the planet. They are not just big gray animals, they are living history books that carry the maps of the world, the faces of their friends, and the ghosts of their past in their minds, proving that the old saying is absolutely right, an elephant really does never forget.